Hi everyone. Testing to see if we're here and we're ready. Hi. Good morning. Happy to see you and congratulations to all the graduates of today. Okay, everyone, good morning. Good morning, and welcome. I can see that we are responding in the chat. I just need to confirm if you can hear me, so please drop a comment from me in the chat box if you can hear me. Good morning. I'll be giving shout outs to everyone that I can see on the chat. Hello, Hafsat Aliru from Zaria. Hello, Ibrahim Sani from Bauchi State. Hello, Abdul Munni Ibrahim. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. We'll be getting started shortly, and then we would kick off the virtual graduation ceremony. So, everyone is welcome. Please drop a chat. Let me know where you are from. Let me know if you can hear me. Introduce yourself, and we can get started very soon. My name is Ebolua, and I'm going to be coordinating and hosting today's virtual graduation ceremony. We're so happy to have everyone here. I'm reporting live from the School Technologies office in Lagos. And so I've given my own introduction. So I'm looking forward to your introduction as well in the chat. So we'll give about 5 minutes for everyone to join in, drop a comment, and then we can get started. So permit me, if you see me looking to the side, is because I have my screen here and I want to be able to monitor the chats while we are on the call. So hello, Margaret from Lagos. Hello, Oyebisi Oyetunji. Hello, Victoria from Lagos. I can see people from Lagos, from Ilorin. Wow, I can see people even calling themselves cloud engineers. Fantastic. Hello, Jesse Tofumi. Hello, Kazim from Ilorin as well. Hello, Yusuf from Kano State. I can also see Musa from Gombe State. So if you want me to give you a quick shout out, please drop your name in the comments. Let me know where you're joining in from. And also let me know what track you joined. We had 3 tracks for this exciting program. 4 months down the line, and we are finally wrapping it up. We're super excited. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Get comfortable. It's going to be a very interesting session, even as we close out. So, yeah, I can see the comments are rolling in. Let's wait a bit till like 11:05, and then we would get started right away. But please feel free to share the link to your friends, your family members. Let them celebrate with you. I mean, it's not been easy, but it's definitely worth it. So please feel free, share the link across. Let people know that you're celebrating today. We're making a bit of noise on social media, so by all means, post your certificates, post your capstone projects, post your images, post all the flyers, repost, so that people can know that you have indeed accomplished a great feat. I can still see people from Abuja joining in, data analysis class 3, love from Bauchi State. Etok from Akwa Ibom. Wow, the comments are really making us very glad. I can see someone from Jigawa State here. I can see Junaidu from Kebbi State. Nice to meet everyone. Like I said earlier, my name is Ebonlua from Lagos State. I am representing School Technologies even as we host and anchor the virtual graduation for today. So sit back, relax, and we will kick off very, very soon. We're trying to give a bit of time for people to join. So, again, I'm encouraging you to share the link so that we can get started. We just have about 1 minute before we kick off officially. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, people are still asking for shout out. So, hello Taiwo from Osun State. Hello Farida from Kaduna State. Hello John from Jos. Hello Musa from Yobe. It's nice to meet everyone. Happiness from Taraba. I send my regards on behalf of School Technologies and our esteemed sponsor, Shea Tinubu. We're so excited to be here, and it's definitely going to be worth your while. So yeah, I think our cutoff time is now. I'm just checking to see that we have decent numbers on the call, then we can get started quickly. Oh, Mercy from Jalingo is requesting a special shout out. Hello, Mercy. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to have you on this call. We're sure that you're gonna enjoy your time here. Hello, Salisu from Katsina State. Let's get started. Okay, so now it's 11:05. We've given a bit of time for people to join in, and we do want to be very respectful of your time. So thank you so much for joining today's session. We really appreciate your efforts, and today is all about celebrating you. Today is about giving you your accolades and commendations for 4 months of intensive training and digital skills learning and development. So we'll just get started right away so that we do not take too much time. I'd like to welcome everyone officially to today's session. It is the virtual graduation for the ST at 40 in demand digital skills program. I remember being here a couple of months ago when I hosted the onboarding session. I could sense the excitement. I could also sense the willingness to learn and grow. And I'm happy that even 4 months after, I can still see people that are here and ready to participate in this program. So shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone from all the 36 states plus the FCT. Shout out to everyone plus all the different tracks of learning. You are the reason why we are here today, and your commitment is what we do want to celebrate today. So please feel free, my team on the call, please drop a link for questions and answers, but feel free to use the chat as well. We would be doing well to address all your questions at the end of the session. So please, let's feel comfortable. Let's get to meet each other in the chat, but let's also ensure to pay attention and follow along as we get started. So for today's program, there are a couple of things that we are going to be doing. There is a series of events just within the next hour or hour and a half that we're going to spend on this call, and we promise to make it worth your while. So the first thing is the welcome address, which I have already started. The next thing is we'll just do a quick backtrack into memory lane. How was the program? What were the components of the program? Then we go through your journey as a learner. I know that we also have people on the call that were not learners but also here to support our learners. We'll just go through the recap journey, how it was, how you started versus how you are now. Then we'll take a bit of testimonials. I mean, one thing that we are grateful for in this program is the reviews. We got a lot of great feedback on your learning and your development, and we thought it worthwhile to share. So we'll just be highlighting a few of the many feedback and the many testimonials that we received during the course of the program. After which, we'll go straight to recognizing our top participants. If you remember during the onboarding, we mentioned that there were going to be some recommendations and recognitions for the top 100 learners in the program. And we're going to be highlighting that in today's session. So I want to give a big round of applause to those people. We'll get into more details even as we go on. Then we'll talk about your certification. I mean, everybody has been asking, oh, when do we get our certificate? I need to let everybody know that I've gone through through the program? When can I get my certificate and when can I share it? Just stay tuned for that, and then you would find out in today's session. Then we just have a keynote remark that will be coming up on behalf of our sponsor. Then we have appreciation and closing remarks. So that's the agenda and the outline for today's meeting. Please feel free to use the chat box. I can see a lot of appreciation going out. I can see a lot of introductions. Feel comfortable, but let's also remember to respect people. So while you are dropping a comment, ensure that it's respectful. Ensure that you also acknowledge people's different points of conversation, and ensure that you are maintaining decorum in the chat box, right? So there's no tolerance for insults, there's no tolerance for abuses. We want to maintain a very healthy atmosphere even as we are doing the virtual graduation ceremony. So now that we've talked about the outline of today's program, let's go ahead to the welcome remarks officially. So I've done a bit of that already. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I want to highlight this. Today marks the conclusion of an incredible learning journey. It's not easy. I mean, you've taken the time, you've taken the commitment. A lot of us are working class, a lot of us are students, a lot of us are family people, but we set out time for the graduation ceremony today, and we also dedicated time throughout the 4 months of the program. It is very commendable, and we want to give you a big round of applause. So on that note, you are officially welcome to the virtual closeout ceremony, and I want you to share your excitement in the chat below. Let's know what the highlight of the program was for you. What did you enjoy the most? What did you like? What did you take out of this program, and how was your experience so far? I would be in the chat reading the comments, and I would also be giving special shout outs to people that have dropped their names and their tracts and their locations in the comment section. So I have my phone here with me just to ensure that I don't miss any of your questions or any of your comments. So permit me, if you see me looking down, I'm just trying to ensure that I am on the same page with you. So let's go on an overview of the program, right? So from November 15th, we kicked off this amazing initiative sponsored by Shei Tinubu. We're able to empower 10,000 young Nigerians. I would like you to know that if you're able to successfully scale through, you were one out of 50,000 Nigerians that applied. The shortlisting process was very brutal. I mean, there was huge expression of interest just in 3 days that the initiative was launched. And for that, we want to say a big thank you to everyone. Thanks for going through the expression of interest for the application. We had to also do some shortlisting. There were video testimonials and all of that. Thank you for going through that time, and I hope it definitely was worth it now that we are at the end of the program. So for 4 months, I mean, we went through intense training, weekly quizzes, capstone projects which are currently ongoing, and a lot of other engaging live classes in that duration. So that has brought us up to this point in time when we are doing the closeout ceremony. Like I mentioned, there were well over 50,000 young Nigerians that indicated interest, and we're only able to shortlist 10,000. So I believe that there are learners of the track here. So please, it's important to know that you are one of 1,000. So please give yourself a round of applause. You made it this far, and you were successful as part of the 10,000 onboarded learners. Then in the program, like we know, there were 3 dedicated learning tracks. The first one was data analysis, then we had cloud engineering, and we had product management. And these learning tracks were anchored by amazing facilitators. I want us to give our facilitators a shout out in the comments. So let me know what track you were, and let me know the name of your facilitator so that we can do well to appreciate them for the effort and the work done. So while you went through your learning tracks, you remember that there were live classes, right? These live classes held virtually, and they, were engaging the facilitator, because I had to join a couple. A lot of the members of staff that you'd see during the course of this presentation also attended the classes. So we were there to do quality assurance and just ensure that you were getting your time's worth. So there were weekly live classes, some 2 to 3 times a week, just to engage you and then provide you on the relevant information that you needed to improve and grow digitally. Then I know that some people did not miss out on this, because I got a lot of messages on quizzes and projects. So one thing that we tried to do in this program was to involve or to include hands-on interaction. So there were projects, that there were weekly quizzes, and it was indeed amazing. We saw the responses from the learners and we're glad. We also saw a lot of the LinkedIn posts, and they were very commendable. There were people that did a year in review, or rather a month in review. Of course, the program wasn't up to a year. A month in review, 2 months in review, and things like that. So it definitely was encouraging to see, and it was a show that you were actually invested in the program. So kudos to you and well done. The next thing that we want to highlight about this program is that all the resources and all the learnings and the key takeaways were fully sponsored by our sponsor, Shea Tinubu. So this means that he made all these available. So I want us to also give a special shout out to our sponsor. You can drop comments in the chat. You can also drop comments on our social media posts as well, thanking him for this huge investment in a program like this, making it accessible to young Nigerian youths. Yeah, so that's also worth celebrating. One thing that we also highlighted and we saw throughout the program is consistent learner support. I want to give a special shout out to the school tech support team. They were available. I know that you will see a message frequently. If you're having issues with your LMS, reach out to Miracle. So Miracle was always on standby for LMS resolution issues. We also had Mela, who was responsible for responding to chats. And any email you probably got from us came from Ayomide. So these are the guys that were ensuring that you got all the communication, all the support that you needed, and we do want to appreciate them during the course of this session as well. This initiative of 10,000 youths also covered nationwide inclusion. I mean, we can see from the chat, we have people from Gombe, we have people from Taraba, we have people from Kwara, people from Lagos, people from Abuja, people from Nasarawa. All over the country, there's representation in this program. One thing that we also prioritized was gender inclusion. So you definitely had learners like yourself that were old, young, female, male, and from different parts of the country, because it was a national initiative. So kudos to everyone. Kudos to you. You've made it this far, and we are definitely glad to see the progress that you are going to make. So please ensure that you follow along in today's session. We still have a lot of surprises coming up. You don't want to miss it. I'm stressing on this. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but there's something special that you do not want to miss, and it's not going to come up until the end. So you want to stay till the end, and you want to share the link to people that that may not have been able to join at the moment. So like I said, we're going to go through the learner's journey. It's very interesting to actually see that we started this program from the 15th of November as our official onboarding session. Now, what does this mean? We gathered just like the way we're gathered now, and we had conversation around what to expect from the program. So we talked about the 4 months in advance. We talked about the things that our students were going to engage in. We talked about the live classes. We talked about the quizzes. We talked about recognizing outstanding performance. And we also talked about a couple incentives that I'm going to be sharing during the course of this session as well. So you've come a long way from November 15th up until today. So November 15th was our first onboarding session. Then we made progress. We had our first live class on the 17th. Then we had a 1 month mark, and this was filled with a lot of reviews. Thousands and thousands of you kept sending us feedback and also areas of improvement. So that's one thing that we want to highlight in this. We did take your feedback seriously, and we ensured that there was at least a 48-hour turnaround time for inquiries that were raised. Because of the bulk of inquiries as well, this gave us enough time to clear the backlog and respond to inquiries that were made. But if you still have an outstanding question or FAQ, please reach out to us via email, engage@schooltech.com, and you get the support that you need as required. So we moved on. We had the holiday break, and then we also had a project to keep our hands busy. Then we had the 2 month mark, January 17th, where we saw the progress, and then we started preparing towards the last lab, which ended on February 17th. So on February 17th, we closed the curtains and had our official last live class. It was filled with a lot of emotions for us here, because we really enjoyed the process of being with you in this journey of digital transformation, and it was nice to see all the reviews and all the progress updates and just the amazing work that you were doing. So that has definitely been rewarding for us on the team. Now, today is the 17th of March. We are officially kicking off with the graduation and certification. I can see some comments. People are saying that they've already started getting their certificates. That is true, but I'm going to also be highlighting the process for those of us that may not have gotten access to that. So I'm being called to the chat now. Special shout out to all the facilitators that are on the call. Please go through. You guys are appreciating you for the good work that you've done, and we're glad that it was a worthwhile experience for them. So let's talk about some of the testimonials. Like I said, the chat in itself is proof that this program was indeed engaging and that it was indeed worthwhile. But some that we want to highlight: if you see your name here, feel free to drop a chat. If you don't see your name here, that is because we do appreciate your reviews. However, because of the constraint of time, it will be a lot to go through about 2,000 reviews from members of this program. So these are just a couple of things that people from different classes had to say about the practicalities. We have feedback on the structure of the class. The instructors carried everyone along. This is for cloud engineering, and special shout out to the facilitator, Mr. Olaito, for carrying everyone along during your classes. For product management, shout out to our facilitators, Eve and Sheye, on the great work that they did. This feedback from Yahaya says the facilitators explained concepts clearly, the learning environment was engaging, and the real life examples made the lessons easy to understand and apply. So shout out to the facilitators for the great work. More testimonials, some data analysis. One key skill that our learner gained was the ability to turn raw data into clear and actionable insights using tools like Excel, SQL to clean data, analyze trends, and support informed decision making. So this is just amazing. I mean, we also have feedback from Faith. Before the program, she had believed that she had a good idea, or that a good idea alone makes a successful product. But now she understands that successful products come from understanding user pain points, gathering feedback, and continuously improving the product through iteration. I mean, fantastic work. Please, it's not too late to share your reviews. We're still definitely collating reviews, and we want to hear from you. So you can do what to share on your social media, or send us, I think we have a form available for gathering reviews and feedback. So please, by all means, fill that form and let us know how the program was for you. We're very open to taking feedback. Next, we can go on and on about reviews, so I just want to breeze through this quickly. We have some screenshots of posts on LinkedIn as well. More LinkedIn posts. Stay tuned on our page as well. We do have special video testimonials that are going to be going out, just a way of us appreciating you for sharing your experience with us, and that will be going out on our page shortly. So more reviews from Mukao Solu here. I believe that she's a cloud engineering student based on her feedback. We also have another feedback here from one of our data analysis students, and we have another feedback from cloud engineering. So great work so far. Now let's move over to the recognition of our top participants. Initially, we had mentioned when we kicked off the program that we're going to be rewarding the top participants of this program with a dedicated digital starter pack. Now, the basis for the selection was on consistent attendance and engagement. So we selected 100 top participants across the 3 learning tracks, and at this point in time, they've received a digital starter pack designed to support their next step into the tech ecosystem. They've also received these amazing badges that can go on their LinkedIn profile, social media, and also their portfolios. I got a couple of questions and DMs asking, I attended my classes and I did not miss out on any quizzes, but I wasn't selected. Now, this is not to demean your efforts. We definitely appreciate you, but because of the threshold that we had initially set, we could not accommodate everyone as a top participant. However, there's something interesting that you need to know. So if, say, you missed your chance to be recognized as a top learner, there's another chance that you have to get something bigger and better, and we call it the grand prize. So during the course of the program, we had gotten a lot of questions, about job offers, placements, and maybe essential working tools. Now we have a dedicated grand prize for our learners. And now I want everyone to listen closely. This grand prize is for the most outstanding capstone project. So remember that we have 3 learning tracks. We have cloud engineering, we have product management, and we have data analysis. Everyone was given a capstone project, and we've already started receiving some amazing submissions. However, because of the generosity of our sponsor, we want to extend a grand prize to learners. And this is going to be based on the review by the administrative team, and it's going to be based on innovation and practical execution. So we want to see you being able to apply the concepts and the principles that you've taken from the class. So now is the time to submit your capstone project if you have not. If you've submitted your capstone project already, just relax. The team is going to review, and if you get eligible for the grand prize, or if you're shortlisted, then we'll contact you on the next steps in the selection. But this is something that you do not want to miss. Because of this also, we've extended our deadline for submission. I believe everyone knows that the initial deadline was yesterday for the capstone project, and of course without the capstone project you do not get your certificate. So if you're still looking for your certificate, it's in your LMS, but you will not get it until you submit your capstone project. So because of this grand prize, we've extended the timeline. These applications are going to be open till the 24th of March. So that is next week, Tuesday. And you should have submitted. Any submission that comes after the 24th of March will not be eligible for this grand prize. So you don't want to miss this. I mean, the opportunity to get direct job offers, essential work tools, and also mentorship and professional career guidance from top industry players. So this is something that I was informing you about as one of the benefits. So you want to definitely stay tuned on your social media and ensure that you have submitted your capstone project to get updates about the grand prize. Now let's talk about certification. Like I said, so many questions and feedback on, when do I get my certificate? What do I do? Now this is what you need to know. Again, to stress, the certificates are live. However, you need to submit your capstone project to get your certificate. I know that there are a lot of learners on the call because we already started seeing the LinkedIn posts and everything about certificates, which we definitely applaud. One thing that we need you to do is access by your profile. There's a profile tab on your LMS, select certificate, and then click on view. You would see a representation of your certificate, very similar to what I have here on the screen. So this is just a way of us encouraging you and applauding you for the work done during the course of this project. If you've submitted your capstone project and your certification is showing not eligible yet, just hold on. You would get it in the coming day or 2 days. So the people that have their certificates at the moment are the people that have gone through the capstone project and their projects have been reviewed. So your projects would need to be reviewed before you get access to your certificate. So just hold on, exercise a bit of patience. In the next day or 2, your project will be reviewed, and then you'll be getting access to your certificate, which you can now post on all your social media and then share the word. Now we want to take another moment to appreciate our sponsor. Our sponsor was actually supposed to be on the call today, but like we know, due to the press release and the circular that went out about the presidential invite to the UK, our sponsor is unavoidably absent. But he sends his warm regards and congratulations to all the members and all the participants that are graduating in this cohort. He definitely appreciates your effort and he recognizes your outstanding dedication to this program. I would also like us to consistently appreciate our sponsor. I said we can do this by dropping a comment because he's going to be reviewing this this live as well. So do well to drop a comment so that he sees your appreciation, and feel free to comment on the social media posts when the recap of this graduation ceremony goes live. So big thank you to our sponsor. Let's give a shout out, drop emojis, drop chats, drop everything in the comments, and then we will definitely relay that to him. By next phase of appreciation, I would like to give a special shout out to the School Tech team. These are the people that are responsible for the anchoring and organization of this initiative. If you found this useful, these are the guys that ensured that everything went smoothly. Your classes held. Whenever you had a complaint, they treated it accordingly, and they did not let any one of your complaints go without a response. So please appreciate them in the chat. Feel free to also send them messages on Telegram. A couple of them are on Telegram. Appreciate them and let them know that you are grateful for the work that they've done up until this point in time. We'll be wrapping up soon, but I need to give a special shout out to our facilitators. From product management to data analysis and cloud engineering, our facilitators did an amazing job in engaging with the students, in ensuring that they met up with the timelines for quizzes, and also in providing guidance for capstone. So if you see your facilitator's name and picture here, please appreciate them in the chat and let them know that the last 4 months has indeed been impactful for you, and they're going to be taking key learnings moving forward. So I can see the messages in the chat. Thank you, Miracle. Thank you, Eve. Thank you, Sheye. Thank you, Emmanuel. Blessing, Samuel, Olaiton, and other members of the School Tech team. Shout out to you for the work done on this project. Now, before we move to our questions, we've actually come to a conclusion on this presentation. The next couple of minutes will just be to take questions and take feedback from the team. And then I will just be addressing any questions that we have. So I want you to keep staying engaged to the School Technologies account. The reason is because many more initiatives are going to be coming up. There are a lot of learners that missed out on this opportunity, but there's a lot more in store from the School Tech team, and it is geared towards your professional learning and development. So please stay tuned to our social media. If you have any inquiries at any point in time, please shoot us an email, engage@schooltech.com. My team is on standby, ready to respond to your inquiries. So now I would be going over to the chat. I can see some questions that I have pinned and also some comments that I'll be reading out here, just so that we can wrap up today's session. Thank you again for your time. It's a work day. We understand that people have engagements, but this is definitely worth it because it's an opportunity for us to celebrate you and applaud you for the great work done. So the questions that I'm getting are around, first off, I can see a certification question. So someone is asking about the certificates. How do they get access to their certificates? Now, the first thing that you need to know, your certificates are only available when you get your capstone project submitted and once your capstone project is reviewed. What does this mean? It means that every single learning track was assigned a capstone project, and the details of the project are uploaded on the LMS, and the submission link is also on the LMS. So if you need access to your certificates, then you definitely need to submit your capstone project. And to reiterate, the timeline for this is next week Tuesday. So that's the deadline. After next week Tuesday, we are no longer receiving we're no longer receiving responses for the capstone project. So you need to do what you can do so that you can get your certificate and you can share results on your progress. If your certificate is pending, what should you do? That's a great question. So the only thing that you can do is hold on. This is because once you submit, your capstone project needs to be reviewed and validated. So once we can validate that, okay, this is actually proof of learning, then your certificate is automatically issued and you'll be prompted to check your LMS. So you can keep checking day after day just to ensure that it has been notified, but you should get notification from our team letting you know that your certificate is ready for download. So don't worry about that. As long as you've submitted your capstone project, then you can get access to your certificate. So I've answered the question on certification. Then the next question is, thank you for this program. I believe we should be giving some incentives. Please consider us learning to work individuals. Okay, I think you may have missed the amazing grand finale gift that I referred to. So I'm just going to go back to my slide. The grand prize. So this is for everyone asking, oh, what other benefits, what other incentives? This is going to be based on the outstanding nature of your capstone project. So what do I mean? Once you've submitted your project, first of all, you need to put in all the effort and all the work, ensuring that it's the best that you can do. Then it will be reviewed by our administrative team, and if you are selected as one of the top performers or most outstanding capstone project, then you get access to these rewards. Some of the rewards include a direct job offer, essential work tools, which could of course be a work laptop and a device for you to work on the job, and you also get support via professional career guidance. So these are the incentives that are available for you once you are able to submit your capstone project. This is something that has been sponsored by our esteemed, of course, the sponsor of this program, and we're willing to extend the deadline for submission just to accommodate for more capstone projects. Okay, so the next question is still on certificates. Okay, I believe this is on, I've answered the certification question already, but just to reiterate, your certificates are available on the LMS. Once you submit your capstone project, please go ahead and download. Someone has a question regarding the badge that they received, and they would also like to request an arrangement of the name of their certificate. So if you have any questions or you would like your names to be arranged in a particular format, that's if you submitted your capstone project and received your certificate, please send those inquiries to engage@schooltech.com. Our team will look into it and then feedback. So this is for Mohammed Malum in the cloud engineering group, and this is also for Ishola Ridwan Abiodun. He's the one that asked about the certificate of completion and name arrangement. So we would actually reach out to you as well, but please, you can feel free to send an email to engage@schooltech.com, just clarifying the details that you would need on your certificate. The next question is this is actually feedback. Someone says, we appreciate the program and have gained valuable knowledge. Thank you. We would request support with essential tools to help our productivity and retain what was learned. So this question is from Yahaya Usman. Thank you for appreciating the work done. Again, I'll refer you to this slide on the screen. There's support available, but there's a criteria for that support to be disbursed, and there's a criteria for you to be eligible for that support. So please just ensure that your capstone project is submitted and it is outstanding. Once we do our internal reviews, we would feedback to the shortlisted candidates, and they would be the ones provided with additional support. Okay, I think that's all in terms of questions. Someone is asking, how long are we going to have access to the LMS after the program for revisiting some of the slides and so on? So because of the timeline extension of the capstone projects, out of the generosity of our sponsor, we've decided to give you access to do this submission and get your certificate till March 24th. And then by that time, we'll no longer be accepting capstone submissions. But in terms of being able to access the content, a lot of this content has been uploaded and shared with you via the LMS and the YouTube platform for school technology, so you would still have access to that. We are not going to delete the videos, we're just going to keep them internally so that you can refer to. We also believe that some of the slides have been downloaded, and that's perfectly fine. You can feel free to leverage these resources because we've made them available for your progress and development. Okay, this is comments. We really appreciate our facilitators, especially Mr. Olaiton, Miracle, Mela, and other facilitators who respond to our inquiries. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another comment from Jimmy. I really enjoyed the program in terms of teaching. Shout out to my facilitators from product management. Fantastic. Someone says, thank God for this opportunity, and thank you to Mr. Shea Tinubu for the opportunity. Thanks to all the facilitators, and shout out to my fellow learners. May this opportunity be a stepping stone for us. Okay, great. Then I think that's it. I don't want to keep us here for too long. I've sort of responded to the questions in the chat. Your certificates are on the LMS. I think I see someone asking, oh, am I sending through email? No, they're not going to be sent through emails. Your certificates are on the LMS. So this is how you access your certificate. You go, once you submit your capstone project, you go to your profile tab, then you see certificates, and then you see view. So you're able to download your certificate and share. Okay, so this the comments are now just appreciation. We're very, very glad. If you have an issue with the badge that was sent, because I can see someone saying I received the wrong badge, please send us an email so that we can look into our records and rectify that. Someone says, thank you, Ma, but we rushed and we're done with our capstone project, while our colleagues have more chances to defeat us. Please, we need to be considered. So not to worry, because regardless of the timeline, we believe that what you submitted is a proof of your learning. So don't be too worried about being defeated by any of your colleagues. Just be rest assured that as long as you put your best foot forward, then you stand a chance to be shortlisted. So don't worry about being defeated. Everyone is definitely a winner here, and then there's no defeat. So someone says, just checking that I've answered all the questions. I think, it's really just feedback. It's just feedback. Thank you everyone for your time. I would like to bring this meeting to a close now. We're celebrating with you, all our graduates, all our learners. It's an amazing feat and it's worth sharing. So please go to your social media and share your progress so far. You can also share your certificate and ensure to tag us at School Technologies. We would repost and also just support you if you need any clarification as to the program. So please, our DMs are still very open on Instagram, on X, on LinkedIn, and you can also do well to send us an email via engage@schooltech.com. The Telegram groups are still active because of access to learning resources, so you can leverage that. One thing that we liked to do was to maintain decorum and order on the groups, so we will still be leaving the groups muted, just so that if there's any important information that you need to know from us, our team would pass it there. So for those asking about access to the recordings and access to the slides, always refer to your Telegram group alongside the LMS. Those contents will still be there, especially on the Telegram group. Thank you everyone for joining. It was a pleasure being your host for this session, and we're looking forward to the great things that you would do as a result of today's training. So please feel free to send us many more DMs, many more emails. As we wrap up the program, we will do well to respond. Have a great day everyone, and thank you for joining today's session.